Hello and welcome to Eriu Tarot Readings. I'm Eriu and I'm here to give you your October tarot reading. So as always, if your sun sign video doesn't give you a lot of clarity, don't worry about it. Check out your moon and rising sign videos. I do it all the time as well, watching other tarot readers, and it really does help me at times. So do that. And also to let you know about this particular reading, this is called the What Am I Doing With My Life reading. Pretty self-explanatory, folks. Let's try and get a bit of guidance. Let's try and figure it out, at least for the month of October. And if you'd like a reading with me, you can certainly have one. My details are below. Just get in contact. Now that that's out of the way, let's see how your month is gonna go. Hi Taurus, and welcome to your October reading, lovingly titled, What Am I Doing With My Life? A question that a lot of us have been asking, including myself, and hopefully we'll get a bit of guidance from this today. And you can apply this reading to any area of your life. It's very, very open and it's all up to you. So let's get started. At the very heart of the reading now, I do have this, the first card at the center of the reading. There is a second card overlapping that for the next position. So I'm sorry that you can't see that, but not to worry because it's a lovely card. First position there is where you are now, how you're feeling, you currently. And this is going to be for the month of October. So we have the Six of Swords there. Six of Swords sees you coming out of the past, or not even the past, but just maybe the last few months or the last few weeks, or a certain vibe that you've been feeling or a certain funk that you've been in. This is seeing you coming out of that. It really hasn't been easy, and I think a lot of Taurians out there have needed a bit of extra comfort and love this month, and I'm not quite sure why, or it might be derived from the previous months as well, but I see you just needing that extra soft blanket wrapped around you, Taurus. Just a little bit of TLC is really needed. So I see you coming out, as I said, of previous things that have been kind of detrimental to you and been very uncomfortable for you in many ways, and that really have drained you emotionally as well. But when we talk about the swords, we're talking about Libra, Gemini and Aquarius, and we're talking about those cerebral aspects. So mentally you may be extremely drained. It also deals with communication. You could be sick and tired of talking to people all day, if that's part of your job, as well as to verbalize, to reassure. So this is saying you're actually quite tired of that as well, but you're coming out of that funk, and you're coming out of it with your head held high, albeit a little bit tired, and a little bit drained, but coming into much calmer water. So I'm happy to see you starting out here. Then the second card that we have for you, which is just overlapping ever so gently over to the first card there, this second position is what you are afraid of. And this could be for the month of October or what is residual from the previous months. But let's have a look anyway. Six of Pentacles here. We've got two sixes, okay? Six is the number of protection, being the protector. So some of you are carers to some degree, or if you're working the front line, this is saying that this is very particular to you, this part of the reading. Six also means that you are the one to govern your future, not others. So there is a heavy reliance on you at times, Taurus. It could be your job, or it just could be overall life in general. People gravitate towards you. And so for some of you though, if this is saying that you were coming out of a new job, of an old job, and possibly moving into a new one, or you've left a job, or there's been a redundancy, Six of Pentacles is coming up here to say that you might be afraid of the way what way your finances are going to land. I don't see there being a big issue for you, Taurus, so I don't want you to worry about that. I do see you feeling like money goes in one hand and out the other. And this is saying to you that's okay, because as long as we're in receipt of money, as long as we're receiving that money, we have it, then we're able to pay the things that we need to pay for. So I would say not to worry too much about that, Taurus, because I know saying this to a Taurus, saying about finances is not a big thing, but this particularly for you is just not. It's not going to be overwhelming or something that is overly stressful for you in the month of October. Six of Pentacles, remember, it's about being able to give and to receive. So where we can give, we do, and when something is being given to us, we receive it in good faith and good honor, and good grace. So I see you doing that. For some of you, actually, some of you might be going into a new job where you are carers, or you have to delegate those particular aspects of giving, receiving, and making sure equality is there between everybody. You could be promoted in a higher position, and this is something that you have to do, and it's new for you. And this is saying, don't worry, right? I have to stop saying that. People, I even sometimes hear that. I'm like, don't worry. Of course I'm going to worry. It's saying things will have a way of working themselves out, but also things will have a way of balancing themselves out. So don't put your energy too much into that level of what you fear, essentially, because it's not as big as you think it is. The third card that we have for you, which is on the far left, it's just underneath the little white flower there in the left hand side. This third placement is your past influence that's been beneficial to you. So this card is actually a major arcana in this deck, and this is known as the Lord. Now, we would equate that to the Emperor card in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, and it has the same aspects to it, the same characteristics to it. The Lord here is somebody who obviously governs over everything, kings, queens, and everyone in between. And this person has been through many wars of the self and externally to them. They have been part of that process. They are very diligent in what they do. Normally with the Emperor, I would equate to an Aries, but it doesn't have to be. It can be somebody that is very much in a leadership role, but carries a lot of wisdom with them as well. And it's also an older figure. It can be an older male figure. It doesn't need to be male, it could also be female. So this could be someone in your life that walks with this particular presence and knows and holds this knowledge and wisdom of life, and that have been able to guide you in ways that you kind of didn't think that they would. I don't feel like though this person is really a family member. I see them external to you, and maybe even somebody that you didn't get on with for quite some time, but they have taught you how to be quite resilient, pragmatic, and strategic into where you need to be and where you need to go in this life. And they have a sternness to them, which may have not always been the nicest for you, Taurus, but has also taught you about not that I would even associate this with your sign. Most people would associate this with Librans, but people pleasing. Or if we don't want to say that, then we say to be a yes person. They taught you how to be a no person, and that it doesn't need to be confrontational or seen as a negative aspect, but something that means that you need to put yourself first in certain circumstances. So I'm happy to see this for you as a past influence that's been beneficial to you. I do feel a bit of fear that comes with this person though. So at times this person may have been quite intimidating, or if you wanted to approach something, their energy was kind of off the charts a little bit, and at a point where you didn't feel too comfortable approaching them. But again, there was a level of respect there that you see with them, because they don't waver and they don't pretend to be anything other than who they are in front of everyone. Everyone gets that equal treatment. So yeah, really lovely energy to have. I definitely see it as a person for you. So now, Taurus, let's have a look at your fourth card there. This is at the very bottom of the reading, grounding the entire reading here. Fourth position, your past influence that has had a negative influence on you. So Six of Cups, what do we have? This is actually quite a lovely card. Six of Cups, cups being Scorpio, Pisces and Cancer energy. Again, another six, triple threat here. We've got 6, 6 and 6. So your position in your home life, your position in your work life, your position in your love life has always said to you that you needed to be the one that held the reins. You always needed to be the one that took charge and gentle command of what was going on. And at times you felt that you needed to be the one to nurture and cater to the other person. That at times you have felt like you have been a teacher in many ways to other people. And in those moments you may have enjoyed it, but at times you may have felt a strain with that, and that may have pulled you back from forwarding yourself in future endeavors that you wanted to be a part of. I just wanted to make that quick statement because, or I should say observation, because it's the sixes are so strong in your reading that I couldn't really ignore them. But let's have a look anyway. Your Six of Cups, as I said, water energy. So we're talking about our emotions here. We're talking about what it means to heal oneself from the inside out, what it means to have tranquility within ourselves, an equilibrium of emotional intelligence. And so when we have the six again, we do have that equilibrium and equality. And it's a card that allows us to look fondly upon the relationships that we have in our lives. And sometimes it's the relationships that we have with our mother, if we look at the traditional Rider-Waite. But a lot of the times for me, it's not just the mother, it's about the people that we hold quite dear in our lives, and people that we hold close to our hearts. And this card is also about stopping and smelling the roses and having time to do that. And equally though, on the other side the other side of the coin, having rose tinted glasses about things. So how is this going to have a negative influence on you? Due to your past, be this being associated to your past. This is saying that at times people may have presented a certain version of the world to you that you may have wanted, and you joyfully got involved in that vision. I see you looking in the past fondly as something that was really great, but at times it's actually quite hard. So I want to say to you that you can indulge in the past and enjoy what has happened in the past, but there's an element of wanting to recreate that to feel maybe what you felt before. But I don't feel like the past was fully honest with you. So people may have not been fully honest with you in your relationships, be it romantic or platonic. And at times you felt like, oddly enough, an outsider in your own life. You felt like you were an outsider in your own relationship. You felt like you were an outsider in your own family. Even though you're involved in it, you felt like you were an outsider in your own workplace. This is very important for you to be able to look at this and dissect this. And yeah, sure, it can be negative. But to have that bird's eye view of things also is very important, because once you have that, you can see the bigger picture. So even though this may have had a negative effect on you and how people have presented themselves to you in the past, this is saying that you are aware of the red flags now and that you see things from a higher perspective. So don't dwell on the past too much, or what you thought the past may have look like, because at the time, if you really ask yourself, how did you feel about it then, you would give it a different answer altogether. Fifth card that we have for you, Taurus, is crowning the entire reading. Lovely card at the very top. I can't remember which other sign had this, but I know somebody... Oh, Cancer. Cancer had it. So if you have any Cancer in your chart, do have a look at that reading too. Three of Pentacles. So this is what you promised to yourself. So Taurus, you're going to get grounded again. You're going to get back to it. You're going to use your Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo energy to get the job done. You've decided that you are going to promise to yourself that you're going to delegate enough time and energy into what you really want to do. You're going to delegate enough time and energy into investments that you want to see be fulfilled down the line. This might be an entrepreneurial thing. This might be a side hustle. Nonetheless, you will be doing it by yourself. Understand that. Know that from here on out. There will be people that will question what you're doing and wondering why you're doing this. And to be quite honest, as I said to Cancer, it's really none of their business, Taurus, is it? What you do with your time. This will require you to initially provide longer hours of work and possibly service. So you might not see a financial reward with the physical and mental investment that you initially put in, but that will be down the line. So for some of you, you will have really long days. You will have maybe 12-hour days where you work your 9 to 5 and then you'll do this other work on the side. I want to say it's very important to you because your growth is tangled up in this as well. Your growth and your progression, it's all tangled in together. So even though people are looking and questioning what you're doing, I want you to ignore those voices. And if this is even just your inner voice, you know, that little sweet little inner voice that likes to sabotage us from time to time, that's to say, listen, shut up. I can't be dealing with you right now. I understand you're there and you have your concerns, but I got to get on with it. So I see you doing this. Promise yourself, Taurus. Do this for yourself, Taurus. I want to see you get down to that productive way, because when you do it, you are flawless. So happy to see this for you. Promise yourself this. Give yourself this time. Now, the result card is the very last card that we have. It's the far right hand corner here, just underneath the other... Actually, it's just underneath the middle pink flower there. This is the Fool card. This is the result of all this hard work and effort and being involved in people and etc. etc. The Fool card is another major arcana. So you've 2 in this out of this 6 card spread. It's not bad at all. The Fool card is saying the result of all of this hard work and acknowledgement and even at times self-reflection is saying that you will have the freedom throughout this month. When you get, it sounds funny, but the more time you invest, the more freedom that you have. You will feel alive again. I feel like some of you need that injection of energy and just fun. You need it. You need those carefree days. They're coming for you, Taurus. So please hold on. Hold on just a little bit longer for me. This is also saying that you need to take a leap of faith, and you'll feel like you'll need to do that at certain points in October. And when you do that, you will be rewarded with this certain amount of freedom. Again, it could be from work. You invest time and energy into something, and you have more time to do what you want to do, a different kind of work. If this is you equate this to a love life, to invest in oneself, to maybe go out on the dates, to do the things that you might not want to do. There will be an aspect where you'll feel free in yourself again, and you'll enjoy getting back out there, and you'll enjoy dating again, because we all know, Taurus, as your Libra sister, as your Venusian sister, dating can be tough, right? Yes, we know this, but it's nice to see that you, when you get back to it, when you get into the nitty gritty of it and you go through the motions, that there's actually going to be times where you really, really enjoy it. And I see you lighting up because of all of this, Taurus. I see you lighting up at the end of the month, and just enjoying your own space again, feeling like you can breathe again. And I think this is really important for you, because with that Six of Swords coming in early in the month, it was okay, you were coming out of it, but now we see you with the Fool card at the other side. And so don't give up on yourself just yet, Taurus. Keep on trucking, just hit the ground running, because I promise you, you are going to see those results of freedom, of having a childlike inhibition, not worrying about inhibitions, and going back to really that lovely side of Taurus, that when the work and responsibility is alleviated, that you really shine in. Taurus, this has been your October reading. I hope you like this. If you dig what I do, please like, subscribe, but more importantly, leave me a comment, because I want to hear how you're getting on. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can certainly have one. My details are below, my email address, and I'll email back as soon as I can. Until next month, Taurus, can you believe it will be November? I can't at all. Have a great month. Take care of yourselves. All smiles and a lot of love going towards you. Bye-bye.